through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. Over the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright.
Good afternoon. I'm Susan Thomasich. Welcome to What's in San Andreas. Today we're at the Met with Cynthia Clorer, and we're going to tell you all about a brand new series of plays that are coming up, and the very next one, which is a 1940s Christmas.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Susan. Yes, we have a 1940s Christmas Carol opening on November 26th, the day after Thanksgiving. And so we're busily working on the stage and getting the final touches ready behind us. That runs for 4 weekends until December 19th.
Okay. And how would one person get a ticket to this?
Well, generally you can get tickets at the door, but we also have specials where you can order an Elves Night Out table for 4. And that would need to be done online, and we have tickets available at Eventbrite. You can find links to that on our website at fourthwalltroop.com and also on our Facebook page.
Okay. So how long have you been doing this? I know you started before the pandemic.
Yeah, we opened in January of 2019 and had a really good, fun first year where we sort of started to learn our way around what the community would support and what they like and enjoy. Turns out they really like murder mysteries, so we're going to keep doing 3 or 4 of those a year. And then 2020, of course, we were met with the pandemic, which was very troublesome for theaters all over the world. So we had a long, dark, dry spell, and we're very happy to be back on stage. We started this summer with Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, followed that up with Blithe Spirit, and now we're in our 3rd production of 2021. Very exciting.
That is very exciting. I'm really glad to see you back, and
Thanks.
Things are going again. So tell me a little bit about a 1940s Christmas Carol. What's that all about?
Well, years ago, a good friend of mine had an idea to adapt A Christmas Carol to the 1940s, where Bob Cratchit was actually off fighting the war, and his wife, Emily, was home fighting the war effort, like Rosie the Riveter kind of a thing.
Sure.
So I got a hold of an old script and started adapting it based on his idea. And so we've got Rosie the Riveter, well, she's not Rosie, she's Emily Cratchit, but she's working at Scrooge's Munitions Factory. Poor Tiny Tim has polio, of course. And there are a lot of references. The Ghost of Christmas Past is a flapper from the 20s, and just a lot of 40s references to FDR and things like that. So it's pretty cute.
It sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, the costumes are fantastic. The cast is great. So.
Back when cigarettes were good for you.
Yep. We've got fake cigarettes up there that the girls are smoking at the munitions factory and stuff. So we're having a fun time with it. Threw in a lot of Christmas carols. It's a very feel-good, fun, nice, cozy Christmas story.
Is this more of a musical or more of a stage play?
It's not a musical in the traditional sense. It's a staged play, but we did throw in Christmas carols every once in a while just because it felt right for the mood, and it helped us cover some scene changes. So.
Oh, absolutely. So how's it been starting back up again? Are you getting people coming back, or are they still hesitant?
We are getting people pretty regularly. We average about 30 per performance. Of course, we could fit 100 in here, and I hope for the day that happens. But at the moment, we're very happy with the people who have come out to support us. We are vaccinated ourselves. This cast and the staff here are vaccinated, but we do ask that people, if they're not vaccinated, wear a mask and practice social distancing.
Okay, that makes sense to me.
And we have plenty of space to do that.
Absolutely. I'm a vaxxed person also. Mm-hmm. 3 COVID and a flu shot and a pneumonia shot. So
all kinds of fun. Yeah, I think I'm about due for my booster.
Nothing less for me to get, I guess.
I hope not.
So what happens if you are like me and you don't have a lot of friends that only want to bring one person? Can I still get your snacks at the table and wine?
Sure. We'll make you a deal you can't refuse. But we have snacks and wine available all of the time. We have generous donations from our friends at Treats General Store here in San Andreas. And so they provide groceries for us and the meat for our slider samplers.
Oh, nice.
So we do a little slider sampler. It's got a pork, a chicken, and a beef slider, and it comes with a side of coleslaw. And then our other friends down in Valley Springs at Grocery Outlet have also given us a generous donation that we put toward our charcuterie boards. So you get the meat and the cheese and the olives and the fruit and all that fancy stuff. And we've also been introducing some new wine from Friends and Murphy's at Four Winds. And Catano Winery has supported us for years. So we've got wine, beer, soda. We always have cookies at intermission. So we'll keep you fed and keep you from going thirsty.
That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
I did notice that the murder mysteries also include dinner.
Mm-hmm.
So so not every play is going to be a dinner type of theater. It's
Right.
just-
We are saving dinner for the 3 murder mysteries and the New Year's Eve event, which is coming up also. So those will be a sit-down served meal or a buffet, depending on where we are with COVID at that time.
Sure.
So the next one coming up is the New Year's Eve dinner for 1. And that is an all-inclusive night that is so much fun. We do it 20s style costumes and encourage our guests to dress up as well. So you'll arrive at 7 o'clock, you'll be seated, you'll have a waiter assigned to your section, and you will be served a 4-course meal with wine pairings.
Oh my.
And then we'll move down to the stage area where you will watch a short production. It's only about a 20-30 minute play called Dinner for One, where they eat the same meal that you just had. And it's a really funny little play, only 2 people. I don't want to spoil it, but a little old lady who invites all of her friends to her birthday dinner, not realizing that they've all died.
Oh no.
And so in her imagination, they're all there, so her butler plays each guest, toasting to each one of them and getting progressively more intoxicated every trip around the table. So that one's super fun, and then we'll end up with dessert and then live music to ring in the new year. So that's a really cool one we're looking forward to.
Oh, that's wonderful. And
Yeah.
do you have little buses to take people home?
Yeah, I wish. We should work something out with the local transit company, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Or maybe Common Ground can provide senior transit because everybody I know is old. Hey, I need a little ride
Well,
home.
we've always got the hotel across the street at the Sierra Inn.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, absolutely. And that's within walking distance. So that was a pretty clever,
Or staggering distance
yes,
necessary.
whichever works. So what's the rest of the year like?
Well, the rest of this year is just the Christmas Carol and the New Year's Eve show, and then I've got all of 2022 planned out. We're going to start off the year with a children's production called Superheroes. It's just a musical review that's got a lot of parody songs and silliness. We'll also have a murder mystery called The King's Killer. It's a medieval murder mystery, very interactive. The actors will be mingling with the guests and right out here in it. What else? In February, we've got a really cute show called Sylvia. In the spring, we're doing Boeing. We've just got a packed schedule of 12 shows for next year.
Okay, and when do I get to see my Bloody Princess murder mystery that I've had tickets for since, I don't know, it's been years now.
Beauty and the Bloodshed.
That's it.
Yes, my dear friend Danielle's brainchild. That will come up, I believe, in July. We have to reschedule it too. But your tickets are still good, I promise.
Okay, good. Well, I've been looking forward to it, so I guess
Good.
I'm going to look a little further into the future
It'll-
for that
it'll
one. but
come.
Definitely, I'm going to come to the 1940s Christmas
Great,
Carol. I think that
thanks.
sounds wonderful. And do you have any plans for the future as far as expansion, or what are your
You know,
thoughts?
we just are trying to fill our seats is the main thing. As we get a little bit of money trickling in here and there, we're making improvements. We did a major set rebuild this last year, and then we're just recently able to purchase curtains, which we haven't had in the past. So we have curtains on our set now. So little by little, we make improvements. We are very focused on our community. I really want to see San Andreas' Main Street hopping like Murphy's or Sutter Creek or any of these other cute historical towns that surround us. And I would just love to see it bustling with businesses and culture. So that is a huge priority of mine. And then also supporting other theaters in our community. And so we've started a theatrical alliance where we interact with the other theaters about once a month or so. We try to get together, and sometimes I'll say, hey, you guys, I need a couch. Does anyone have a little red couch? And they'll say, oh, well, yeah, we used one in that show last month. You can borrow that. And so that's been a nice collaboration of arts that we've started.
That is a wonderful idea, and that way
Thanks.
nobody's got to go out and buy one thing for one play and never use it again.
Right,
Just have
and
it
that
sitting
happens
there.
so often. So it's been really nice, and just the understanding that it's not a competition. We're all artists and we're all supporting each other. So, I mean, hey, in the meantime, go see every Christmas story ever told up at Murphy's Creek, you know? I mean, and Murder on the Orient Express up in Sonora. There's great stuff going on, and I want you to see it all. I want to see it all.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And do you do anything with high schools?
A little bit, yes. I work pretty closely with some of the students from Calaveras, and we've also got some students coming all the way down from up in Twainhart. So our reach is growing, and it's really nice to have the youth that we do. So our youth theater will include kids from 5 to 18. So
Oh, that's amazing.
yeah,
That's a
yeah,
lot of fun.
we have a lot of fun with that.
Oh, absolutely. And I just love having a theater here in town. I love theater, and I'm really glad to see you're open, so I'll
Thanks.
try
Me
to
too.
get here as much as I
Oh, I
can.
appreciate that.
And ticket prices, I noticed that, I went online, and I saw that this particular play is going to be $10 each, is that correct?
It's $10 for students and seniors, and $15 is our general admission.
Okay. I'm old, so I guess
So
I
you
didn't
get
look at that
$10.
other price.
Yeah. So yeah, every once in a while we'll throw out an extra special, but for the most part we stick with 10 and 15.
Okay.
Easy.
And then you can buy the slider platter or the accoutrement?
Charcuterie boards and
Charcuterie
the
board,
wine.
thank
It's
you.
always available. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Do you have beer available or
Yep.
is?
All
okay.
kinds of beer, all kinds of wine. Got some, seltzers and some ciders and things like that too.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
All
In fact,
right.
we have a lot of hot drink specials for this show. We're going to do a hot buttered rum, spiced mulled wine, a spiced apple cider, and a peppermint hot cocoa.
Okay.
So,
That peppermint hot cocoa
Gotta
sounds
keep you warm.
wonderful. Yes, and it doesn't have a little Baileys in it or?
something like that. A little, what do you call it? Candy cane infused vodka.
Ah, oh, yeah, okay, I'm getting one of those.
All right, deal.
Absolutely.
On me.
Oh, thank you.
You got it.
What inspired you to do this?
I've been in community theater and school plays since as long as I can remember. So, in fact, the first play I did out of high school was here at the Metropolitan. I was in Gentlemen Prefer Blondes back in, I think it was 95. Just have done theater all over the area all of my life. I ended up working for the school district, and for the past few years had run the Performing Arts Center that they built. So I did that for about 3.5 years, and just thought I love it so much that this is what I want to do with my life. And I finally got to a position where I had an empty nest, and decided to take the plunge with my husband's encouragement, and said, you know what, let's do it. So it's
And that was
no regrets.
2018?
19.
19,
Yeah.
2019.
Yeah.
So that's wonderful.
Thanks.
And I had another question that just went right out of my mind. I
Oh,
shouldn't
well.
have messed with my hair. But I do have one I remember, and that
Okay.
is how many people are in the cast?
Oh gosh, I think this cast, we're up to 16, I think, 18. It grew. It was only supposed to be 12 or 14, but talented people kept showing up, and I kept giving them things to do. So, and then we've got my stage manager who ends up understudying for everyone all the time. So, they're a great group. They're a lot of fun. Very talented.
What's the age range?
We have little Isaiah playing Tiny Tim. He just turned 6.
Oh, how cute.
And then I think a couple of our more mature gentlemen are about 75.
Oh,
So we've got quite the age range, and we all have so much fun together. The cast bonding is just awesome.
that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
So I just happen to think, I'm not shy about my age. I am 65, yes I am. But I don't know about
You're in
other
good company
people.
around here. We've got a good age
So-
gap around here.
Yes, absolutely. And you must have a set designer. Do you have a set designer, or do you guys just kind of you're the set designer? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I mean, it's always collaborative. I'll come in with my ideas, and then Missy or Charlie or somebody will say, well, what if we try this, or my carpenter will say, it doesn't really work for the door to swing this way, so I'll put that. So it's collaborative, but the ideas pretty much come from me sitting up sleepless nights on my computer designing my dream sets, and then somebody helping me bring them to life.
How wonderful.
Yeah.
What kind of program do you use to design?
Honestly, I use my old Microsoft Publisher. I just cut and paste stuff. I'm just so used to using that that's what I work with.
Hey, if it works for you, it works for you. That's really the creative
It's
process,
enough to get the
right?
idea across to them and see what we can do with it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And where do you get the costumes?
This show, particularly my closet.
Okay.
We took in a lot of them. We took out a few of them, but I have a love for vintage clothing. So I have had a lot of 40s, 50s, 60s clothes in my closet anyway. So a lot of them came from me, some of them thrift stores, some of them good old Amazon. But we are getting donations all the time that we appreciate. So.
Okay. Do you want to ask people for what you might need?
Oh, yes. We could use some tools. I don't know if you can see what's going on behind us, but we have one hacksaw that was donated by my friend Denny, who's in the show. And we have a drill that I purchased 3 years ago. It's a corded, not a cordless, but with wire. So we have to drag around an extension cord everywhere you go. And then we have some hand tools. So we could use some electric drills, circular saws, jigsaws, things like that would be incredible to have. And we're always needing lumber and screws and, just the basic stuff for building sets. Paint, leftover paint. Give us your ugly leftovers. We don't care. We use them.
Okay. Well, that sounds...
Thank you. That was a great question. That's definitely a need we have. And a shed to put it all in.
There you go. So I think we got some shed builders on the other end of the county here.
I hope so.
Put a call out to them. Hey, we need one of your sheds over here.
Yeah, I know. And I'll run an ad in my program for you in return.
There you go.
We like to scratch each other's back. We're very, like I said, we're very into community. So a lot of the ads that we run in our program are of gratitude for donations that we've gotten.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, we've been very fortunate.
All right. So once again, this particular place starts on
November 26th. It runs Friday. It's Friday, Saturday at 7, and Sundays at 2. It'll run for 4 weekends and close on December 19th.
Okay. And what is your website?
www.fourthwalltroop.com.
And your phone number?
209. You have to do that now. 209-754-5555.
Oh, how did you come up with that number then?
I think they've had it forever, and I kept it. I said, I want that number.
That is a great number to have.
5555. That's us.
Absolutely. All right, is there anything I haven't asked you that you think we should be
I
talking
don't know.
about?
I could talk about this place all night, but I do have a rehearsal to run, so I will quit talking your ear off. But I just love it here. I love our community. I love the things that are happening. I love our Chamber of Commerce. We've had such an outpouring. The Visitors Bureau and Angels. Gosh, this community is amazing.
It is amazing, and I'm with you. I'd love to see the street blocked off and turn it into a nice walking mall with some tables maybe outside where people could take, buy a lunch, sit outside, have a little conversation, enjoy
I know. We'll keep working on
the
it.
historic feel
Let's
of
get
it.
past this current, COVID crisis, and then maybe we can get back to work on some of those grandiose ideas of ours.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks again for talking to me, and
You
good
bet.
luck with your show.
Thank you. Appreciate you coming in and taking
no problem.
notice of us.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm excited about this place.
Me too. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you again, and join us next time as we explore the streets and sights of San Andreas.
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. Over the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
I just love Christmas. There's a spirit in the air. Oh, me too, baby. It's a time for joy and celebration. People seem to be more kind and considerate this time of year.
Well, most people, that is.
Hi,
Scratch it, famous, kitty Christmas as a waste of time and energy. And my Uncle Scrooge is not only a member of that club, but in all likelihood, their loudest and most ardent supporter.
He sure seems to hate Christmas.
Oh, Emily, he hates anything that doesn't make him richer, so he hates Christmas most of all.
I agree, Mavis. And when I just stopped in to see him, he was in a particularly foul mood.
Maybe it's because, wasn't it Christmas Eve? 1937 or 38, that his partner, Jacob Marley, died, Kitty? Yeah.
That's right. He was his only friend in the whole world. The recession hit that man pretty good.
Oh yes, that was indeed a pity, but it's no excuse for my Uncle Scrooge.
Oh, that tight-fisted.
Grasping, scraping, clutching, covetous old sinner.
To be conducting business in a munitions factory on Christmas Eve. Well, I'll be off now, ladies. I have some errands to run for Lily before I head home for dinner.
Merry Christmas, Fred.
Merry Christmas. Ladies.
Oh, Christmas dinner. I can hardly wait to finish up this shift and get home to my mom's famous ham. What are you doing for Christmas, Mavis?
Oh, Jim and I are going over to my aunt's house this evening for a grand party with presents and wonderful food.
I just love a good party. My sister and I are going over to Grandma's to help with pies, and I bought my nephews the smartest bright red fire engine.
Gee, Emily, what are you and the kids doing for Christmas?
Oh, you know, a simple supper, maybe story around the fire, sing some carols.
Have you heard anything from Bob? Will he be coming home for Christmas?
No, I haven't gotten a letter in 3 weeks now.
Poor dears. How are the children holding up? This must be especially hard for them. Especially your little tiny Tim. Haven't they come up with the polio vaccine yet? I mean, FDR is working on it, right? I mean, I heard even our president is sick with it, and there's survival rate.
Emily, I am sure Tiny Tim will be just fine.
Yes, of course. And Bob is bound to walk through your front doors first thing Christmas morning with all loads of presents for you and the kids.
Thank you, ladies, but we'll be good as long as we have each other.
Get back to work! What am I paying you for? Learning not to run around, clucking like a bunch of hens. Hold it, Cratchit. I need you in my office after your shift ends. I need you to stay over and take care of some paperwork for me.
Yes, Mr. Scrooge.
Good afternoon, Mr. Scrooge, and Merry Christmas.
Oh, how do you do, Mr. Roberts? What can I do for you?
I'm here on behalf of the March of Dimes, sir.
Ah, charity.
We're raising funds to help the national infantile paralysis. Polio, sir. It strikes as the most frequent, devastating force against children.
I have no children. What business is it of mine?
Mr. Scrooge, charity is everyone's business. And so, at this festive time, March of Dimes is raising funds to help the poor and sick who suffer great giving time. Thousands are needing common comfort, sir.
Give them wheelchairs. FDR seems to do fine with his. Good afternoon.
But, sir, the March of Dimes depends upon support from people like you. It is our hope that a vaccine will be developed so that no one will have to be in a wheelchair.
Who knows? Perhaps the children would find a chair on wheels entertaining, rolling around like a small automobile.
Mr. Scrooge, there's approximately 30,000 cases of polio nationwide, and many of those will end in death, sir. We choose this time of year because it's a time when want is most keenly felt and abundance rejoice. What may I put you down for?
You may put me down for nothing.
Nothing.
I don't make myself merry at Christmas. I can hardly afford to make crippled people merry.
But Mr. Scrooge.
Mr. Roberts, it's not my business what happens to these people. Why should I care? I imagine they don't care for me. It's enough for a man to understand his own business and not interfere with other people's. My business keeps me occupied entirely. Good afternoon, sir.
But, sir.
Good afternoon.
Merry Christmas, Uncle.
Bob, humbug. Back again so soon, friend?
Christmas a humbug, Uncle. Surely you don't mean that.
I most certainly do. Merry Christmas. What right do you have to be merry? You're poor enough.
What right do you have to be so miserable? You're rich enough.
What else can I be when I live in a world of fools such as this? If I had my way, every idiot who had Merry Christmas on his lips would be boiled in his own pudding
and buried with a spike of holly through his heart.
Uncle!
Nephew, celebrate Christmas the way you like. Let me celebrate it the way I like.
But you don't celebrate it.
Let me alone with it then. Let me alone with it then. What good has it done you? What good has it ever done you?
But Uncle, I've always seen Christmas as a kind, forgiving, charitable time. It's the one time of year that people open their hearts and see each other as fellow man. Though it's never put a dime in my pocket, I believe that it has done me good, and will do me good. And so I say, God bless it.
Well said.
Oh, you agree with my nephew, do you, Mrs. Cratchit?
Yes, Christmas is a joyous time.
It is, huh? Well, another word from you, Mrs. Cratchit, and you'll spend your Christmas looking for another job. Have I understood?
Yes, Mr. Scrooge.
You're quite a powerful speaker, Fred. I'm most impressed. Why don't you go into politics, run for office, become a congressman or a senator?
What a great idea. Can I count on your vote, Uncle?
Ah,
Oh, Uncle, don't be so angry. Lily sent me back to ask you to come have dinner with us.
no, thank you.
Why not?
A man's first priority is to secure his financial future. What made you get married, anyway?
Why did I get... Because I fell in love.
Because you fell in love. What nonsense, Bob. But
Have you never been in love, Uncle?
no, I haven't.
No.
No. Have you come here for the sole purpose of keeping me from my work?
I'm sorry if I've upset you, Uncle. That wasn't my intention. Come, have dinner with us tomorrow.
No, thank you. Now, may I go back to work?
Not until you agree to come to dinner.
Oh, Bob, you're always an obstinate child.
Stubborn like my Uncle Scrooge, my father used to say. You won't have dinner with us, Uncle. How about you, Emily? How about you and the family join us for Christmas?
Oh, thank you, Fred. I much appreciate it, but I'm scheduled for work.
Scheduled for work on Christmas? Well, that is a humbug. What kind of mean-spirited old money grubber would make you work on Christmas Day, I wonder?
If I doctor a day's pay, you think you're abused. Yet you don't think me abused when I pay a day's wages for no work.
It's only once a year, Mr. Scrooge.
That's a poor excuse for picking a man's pocket every 25th day of December. Fine. I'll give you half.
Thank you, sir.
Excellent. It appears you're not free to dine with us, Uncle.
Absolutely not. Mrs. Cratchit can spend her half a day as she pleases. I'll be more productive with mine.
Well, I'm sorry to find you so stubborn, Uncle, but I will keep my Christmas cheer to the last. So, a Merry Christmas.
Good evening.
And a Happy New Year.
Good evening.
And a Merry Christmas, Emily.
Merry Christmas and my love to Lily.
And my invitation stands. You're welcome to join us.
Thank you, much appreciated, but we like to stay at home for Christmas.
There's nothing more important than family, is there?
Nothing at all.
Merry Christmas.
Back to work.
Thanks for joining us on What's in San Andreas. Join us again next time as we wander the streets of San Andreas visiting local businesses and points of interest.